We'll begin with a comment from Coach Thomas.
Great atmosphere in the gym tonight. That helped us prepare another home victory for us. A tough battle. I had the Elon. They came in here. They battled. We fought. We played really hard. We maintained our composure down the stretch. We just found a way to fight back and stay resilient with a couple of guys that are banged up, team injured. A couple of guys are sick, and I think our guys just kept fighting. Really embodied our culture, and we were able to get the team victory tonight. So I'm very pleased.
Coach, obviously the CAA is extremely tight right now. I'm curious on how you feel when it comes to how important it was to get this one. It was 3 straight prior. How important was it to get that tonight?
It was extremely important. We coming off of three losses in a row, and to be able to bounce back against a very good Elon team. But we did what we needed to do, which was, you gotta protect home court. You gotta somehow figure out how to win your home games. We did that. We talked about all week in practice, just defending. We had a number that we wanted to get to, not allow them to. I wanted it at 4, but they got to 7 threes. And so we wanted to win the battle of the offensive rebounding, which we did. I do think we gave up too many overall rebounds to them, but that's a story for another day. But we did what we needed to do, which was get to the free throw line with 37 attempts, and that helped us. We just need to make a few more free throws, but we were able to, maintain our defensive intensity. May not show with the score of 79, but I think in regulation, we had an opportunity to win it when they were in the 60s, and so I was pleased with our defensive intensity.
And Jalyke, talked a bit about wanting to get to the free throw line. Obviously, you were a big part of that. I think you had 18 attempts tonight. Kind of how big is it? I guess getting downhill for you. How big is that part as a part of the game? How big?
I feel like it's really big because it slows the game down, and when you get to the free throw line, then you can set your defense up, and I feel like that's what we did tonight.
And Coach, I think you guys were like 0-12, like when you weren't leading at halftime. I'm curious on what you saw after halftime, especially in overtime, from you guys tonight.
Yeah, I'm not a big believer in all the stats and things like that. I just think we executed down the stretch. I think we were at home. I think the difference is, we came out, we got down again, and I just think we played a consistent, 8 minutes of basketball from top to bottom. The last 8 minutes of the game, which was allowed us to get back in it, and so I think some of my guys got fatigued during regulation. Proud of them. They found energy in overtime. You can see here, Jalyke played 44 minutes. ET played 40 minutes. X played 46 minutes. And so that's a lot of minutes by these young men, and they were able to sustain success. And so, I think we got tired during regulation, but we found a way, and so I couldn't ask for more. And we came out with a much needed, win at home.
What did you see defensively on the final possession of the game to force overtime?
I don't even remember that possession. There were so many overtimes. So the final possession, I thought we got to stop. Critical stop at the end. I know we went 5X, and we got to stop against a very good team. Chandler kicked our, behind tonight. He had 32 points, but we pretty much held the rest of them in check. We let Hall get off as well, making 4, 6 threes, which is uncharacteristic of us. But we found a way to win it in overtime.
And if I'm not mistaken, Jalyke, you were the one that got the stop at the end of overtime, right? Kind of from your perspective, at least on the court, what did you see on that final position?
Just gotta do what you gotta do to win the game. Lock in, get a stop, still go to overtime and win the game.
And even to set it up, you had 3-pointer to tie it up, kind of, and I think you had another big one in overtime, in first overtime as well. Kind of, what were you seeing out there to find your groove to, I guess, give your team a rhythm in those key moments?
To be honest, it was just coach all game. He told us the shots gonna fall. First half, we weren't hitting threes as much. Second half, same thing. But Jalyke kept telling us shots gonna fall, and I just had that belief in coach, and he had that belief in me. So I just took it with confidence.
There were a lot of big plays like that. I think he had a steal for a breakaway dunk kind of, and it felt like the crowd was getting into it more and more there. How big has the home crowd been for you guys this season and tonight as well for, I guess, building those momentum?
I definitely feel like the home crowd this year has been way better than it was last year, and we have so much crowd support. And I feel like it definitely does. It has an effect on us, and I hope the crowd keeps coming out.
And that's a testament to our marketing department and doing a good job of helping us get guys here, students out on a Thursday night. We're definitely going to need the student body here on Saturday with an a road rival, which they normally bring a good crowd. And I definitely would not like to have their crowd outdo our crowd. So hopefully we can get a good attendance this Saturday.
Last one for me, going back to how tight the CAA is, I think it was like 9 or so teams that are separated by like 2 games. Kind of, what will it take for you guys to be able to break away from the pack here with basically a lot of teams chasing the top 2 there?
We just have to demand more of ourselves. We have to demand more focus. We have to demand more accountability during these tough games. Everybody wants to win. And so we have to demand the little things that it requires to win and stick together, which I thought we did tonight. And then we have to figure out how to win a few in a row. And so to string a few together, we just have to demand more out of ourselves, and I thought we did tonight. And we got to get healthy too. I don't know if you look at our roster, we have not really been complete since conference play. We haven't had a complete roster since conference play. And so I'm looking forward to that day when hopefully our guys can get healthy and we can have our complete roster. But we make no excuses about that. We got more than enough. I'm more looking forward to when we are consistent. And tonight we took a step forward being consistent. I thought we defended top to bottom from the last 4 minutes of regulation. And then definitely in the 2 overtimes we defended. And definitely in the final overtime, I think we got like 5 straight stops. And that's what winning basketball is about.
In the 2 overtime periods, Elon just made 3 field goals, shot 25% of the overtime periods. Did you ratchet up the defense any? Did you switch to defense, or was it just more intensity on the court?
It's just a more competitive nature, the will to win. We knew we were going to have to get stops, and we did. I think we gave up a couple of offensive rebounds during those stops that I would have liked to solidify. But like I said, I think down the stretch, both teams were fatigued, and it became a war of attrition. And I thought our guys pulled it out with that based on the intensity of how we practice, the intensity in which I put them under in practice, and they were able to prevail in a double overtime. Both teams want to do the same thing, which is win. You have to demand more out of your team and out of yourself in order to pull out these victories. And hopefully it can spark some connectivity for us.
Saw that Quentin Cooper got a good bit of run, and I think it was pretty much the most sense maybe early on in the season that you know. What kind of confidence are you showing, or do you have in him to put him on the court in these key games like this?
I got confidence in all of my players. You're on the team, so I have confidence in you. I gave you a scholarship. I have confidence in you. What I need them to understand is when you are called, adhere to the discipline of the organization, stick to the game plan, and do the little things. And so I was pleased with you coming in early on, giving us an offensive spark. His superpower is that he has the ability to score the ball. He can score the ball with the best of us. the best thing about him as a freshman is looking forward to him becoming a sophomore and getting some of these freshman things that he does out of his system. But he's going to be a really good player for us. Just has to learn to be patient, has to learn to follow a system, and I think his future is bright.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
guys. Appreciate it.
Congrats on winning.